In all the books of the Song of Ice and Fire series, and even all the supplementary editions, the Demon Road is only mentioned 3 times, and these are chunky books. Even more curious, every mention of the location is in passing, which just stirs up my curiosity, and probably a lot of you too. So I went hunting through the text to try and find some clues George Martin left behind, cause it's clear he wants this region of the story's map kept mysterious. What we do know is the precise location to a T, thanks to the officially released world map that came out years ago. The placement of it is our one and only hint of the lore behind why this path is called the Demon Road. The Valyrians were responsible for constructing a network of roads throughout Essos that are just called Valyrian roads, or Dragon Roads. But everything these guys did was superior in every way to any other civilization before or after them. Valyrian roads are only one of a handful of roads that are made of stone in this primitive setting. They're perfectly straight, 6 inches above the ground, and fairly wide, while what most characters call roads in this world are just shitty dirt paths. They had such control over their dragons that they could use their flames to fuse stone. The magic used to make it all happen somehow made the material harder than steel or diamond, creating a whole new material called dragonstone. Roads aren't the only thing that dragonstone was utilized for. Valyrians were architectural masters, but that's not the topic at hand, so stay focused, people. The Demon Road only got that name as of late. It was just one of the Valyrian roads for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And all this time, the Dragonstone has maintained unchanged, still in perfect condition, long after the Valyrian civilization fell after blowing up because of the Doom. A volcanic cataclysm that could have been natural or maybe due to overmining. But at the height of their power, the roads connected all the major trading cities to expedite transport. There's only so much a dragon can hold on its back. Horses and wagons still had a purpose for these people. The Valyrian peninsula coming so far out into sea made sailing annoying too. The Demon Road that we're talking about runs from Volantis to Meereen, 2 very powerful and proud cities in Essos, even in the current story. They grew even more powerful after their former colonizers and founders in Valyria vanished. The Doom happened 400 years before the start of the main story, so something happened between that time and the current setting. So the Demon Road connects Volantis and Meereen, right? But halfway along that route is a pit stop at a city called Mantarys. This place just so happens to have a similarly dark reputation in the aftermath of the Doom. Mantarys, being so close to the volcanic eruptions, should have met a similar fate to the Dragon Lords, but they're one of the few to survive in this region. Again, Mantarys is shrouded in mystery. The supplementary lore book called The World of Ice and Fire has filled us in on some info the main series just didn't have the chance to as of yet. But even with all the in-depth descriptions of characters and locations, here's the only mention of the Demon Road and Mantarys. The freehold of Valyria and its empire were destroyed by the Doom, but the shattered peninsula remains. Strange tales are told of it today, and of the demons that haunt the smoking sea where the 14 flames once stood. In fact, the road that joins Volantis to Slaver's Bay has become known as the Demon Road, and is best avoided by all sensible travelers. And men who have dared the smoking sea do not return, as Volantis learned during the Century of Blood, when a fleet it sent to claim the peninsula vanished. There are queer rumors of men living still among the ruins of Valyria and its neighboring cities of Oros and Tyria. Yet others dispute this, saying the Doom still holds Valyria in its grip. A few of the cities away from the heart of Valyria remain inhabited, however. Places founded by the freehold or subject to it. The most sinister of these is Mantarys, a place where the men are said to be born twisted and monstrous. Some attribute this to the city's presence on the Demon Road. The stories behind the Demon Road and Mantarys seem to be tied together. That still doesn't answer the question of why the road is now named after demons specifically. During A Dance with Dragons, we have 2 instances with characters from Mantarys. First, when Daenerys is looking for allies near Meereen, she looks to Mantarys, hoping their Valyrian connection would rekindle a relationship. But the rulers of the city answer her by pickling the heads of 3 of her messengers. So clearly a cruel culture at the very least. Still nothing demonic though. The second instance in this book is a slave girl near Meereen that Tyrion notices having 2 heads. Still nothing demonic. But something or someone is killing the travelers. Early in A Dance with Dragons, there's some mention of the Demon Road, in 2 different chapters from 2 different point of views, both counting out taking this path, even though their options are limited. In the 6th chapter, Quentin Martell says, the old Valyrian roads would take them there, dragon roads men call the great stone roadways of the freehold, but the one that ran eastward from Volantis to Meereen had earned a more sinister name, the Demon Road. The demon road is dangerous and too slow, Quentyn said. Daenerys' advisors discuss how they can get out of Meereen in the 16th chapter of the same book. Wooden horses are no good, objected Romo, the old Jaqaran. Dothraki will die. These ones could march overland along the shore, suggested Grey Worm. The ships could keep pace and resupply the column. That might serve until you reach the ruins of Borash, said the Shafe. Beyond that, your ships would need to turn south past Tolos and the Isle of Cedars, and sail around Valyria, whilst the foot continued on to Mantarys by the old Dragon Road. The Demon Road, they call it now, said Milano Yostab. The plump commander of the stalwart shields looked more like a scribe than a soldier, with inky hands and heavy paunch, where he was as clever as they came. Many and more of us would die. Even with Daenerys' army being as strong and numerous as it is by this point of the story, the Demon Road is still avoided. Quentyn Martell's small group is more understandable. The disfigured inhabitants of Mantarys must be so violent that outsiders have all considered them to be demons. Actual demons are a rumored thing in this world, but very unlikely to exist. I think it's more plausible that people have exaggerated the threat of this road. With so much magic tied to Valyria of the past, maybe the massive volcanic eruptions were more fantastical than a regular catastrophe. Or the fumes from all the polluted air have mutated the people of Mantarys, because they were just outside of the deadly radius. So if a primitive traveler sees a two-headed killer chasing after them, it's understandable why these simpletons would just consider them to be demons. The harmful fumes may not have made the people of Mantarys violent or crazy, but possibly just desperate. Their lands will probably never recover from the destruction, which has to limit their farming and trading capabilities. The waters might even still be polluted. The smoking sea has to be avoided at all costs. As a result of the doom, no one comes out of here alive. So the rivers around Mantarys can't be that much more safe. Attacking travelers on the Dragon Road may be their only way to survive without their invincible founders still around to protect them. Their dark reputation has also kept them safe from invasions too. Volantis, one of the superpowers of Essos, after the Doom, learned to avoid this region at all costs early on. A shame the best road in this world can't even be used. But I think we'll get a better look at Mantarians in the next book. That's what I'm going to start calling them. With Slaver's Bay in the middle of a full-blown war, the last we left the books, Mantarys has decided to side with the slave masters against Daenerys. Their description of dark reputed monsters will be dialed down to violent, unfortunate people with mutations, not demons. Too bad, I know. But we do have unicorns. Happy Halloween, guys. I'll see y'all in a bit.